You have to sacrifice your bad habits for your future self. You have to sacrifice the habits that you know that aren't serving you, and you're just not not like your future self wouldn't like. So let me tell you my story. So my story is that I'm in my room and I'm just like playing video games, eating junk food, and I know that I'm doing the bad habits. Like I've been meditating and journaling, and I know that I'm missing out on my goals. I'm procrastinating, and I was like thinking, like I was negatively thinking, like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm definitely procrastinating. Like, oh, since I did it anyway, so why not just do it? So it's the next day, and I get to the lunch table, and I'm journaling. Like, why did I do that? I journaled. Why did I do that? Why did I? Why did I start like doing the bad habits? Like, why did I start doing that? And then eventually, when I got back home, I was just disappointed in myself, and I watched a Hamza video, and it was talking about how you have to sacrifice your bad habits for basically your future. So, but then the only hard thing about it was that I knew what I had to sacrifice. I was just too scared to like actually write it down. Like I knew what I had to sacrifice. Like first, let's be honest about what you have to sacrifice. Like what do you have to sacrifice? Like you might have to sacrifice video games. You might have to sacrifice like watching porn every day, or you might have to sacrifice eating that ice cream that looks pretty yummy right now. But you got to think about what you have to sacrifice. Like for me, I was like eating quesadillas, and like I was thinking like, oh, you're like, since there's nothing else to eat, I'm gonna just eat it anyways. It wasn't really that good to eat. There could be a lot of things that are sapping your potential. Another thing for me was that I would usually watch my older brother like play video games, and I'd just like be there like, oh, but I'm not playing the video games. But like I'm watching it. I'm basically just wasting time. Like I knew that I was wasting time, but I was just like hoping and saying, oh no. I was like, oh, it's just like it's not a bad thing. But once I actually wrote it down on a piece of paper, like, oh, what I could do better without these things. So for you, your actionable step is to write down what you could sacrifice. What you could sacrifice, that would make you better if you took them off. Like for example, it could be video games, it could be for junk food, sugar. It could be any. Like what is the little cut, like death by 1,000 cuts? What is the little cut that is sapping your potential? Video games, like maybe there's a specific time you play video games, or they're like you like eating this junk food, like when you ever have it, or something like what I said. And don't cope. There is something that you're actually doing. There might be something that I might be doing that is sapping my potential too, but there's probably something that you're like saying, oh no, it's like it's not that bad, like it's actually pretty good to do it, like because like why not? You gotta think, you have to put that fear of like, oh, like no, it's like not actually bad. You have to be honest about it. So get a piece of paper right now and journal like why this is my, like I could do better without this. I could do better. Like I could do the better without this, without like video games. I'll actually cut it, so I'll actually do it back home and show how to do it and like how to journal. So I'm gonna cut it right here. Right, so what you're gonna want to do is grab a notebook, and you're gonna want a pencil. So now that I've told you that what could you sacrifice? You're gonna want to write a list. Like, for example, you could sacrifice video games. You could sacrifice porn. You could sacrifice a hot dog or any unhealthy food that you're eating. You know, there's always just this little distraction that you're doing that's sapping your potential. So write down a list of what you're what you're just you're just letting by because you say that it's not like you're not procrastinating. And then you're gonna write how you could be better off without it. I could be better without video games because I spend too much time on it, and I could use it for better things. So I could be better without video games because I spend too much time on it, and I could use it for better things like reading a book or meditating or journaling or sleeping. Like write what you could do better without. This is for food. This is for actually I don't even no, but then you're gonna want to write why you would be better without it, and be honest about how you'd be better off without it, because honestly, you're really off better without these. So that is your actionable step 2. The goal: get a notebook and start writing I could do better off without this, like social media, porn, video games. How you could do better off without them. And yeah, do it right now. So do the right thing and don't give up. All right, take care. So let me tell you my like your future self wouldn't so let me tell you my story. So I'm journaling okay, no. So my story is that I'm in my room and oh man, just had to come in, man. Man. So let me tell you my story. So my story is